Pleasure talking to you also, man. You very nuanced review. Loved your. I'm saying. I mean, I'm sure this is off record, but yeah, very nuanced review. Very nicely written and all
I
that.
will do
And
everything in my power to keep this in the video.
okay.
Hi Manoj, hi Raj, hi DK. I am Rohit
Hi,
Vats from
Rohit.
Hello.
BKT, and so I will start with Shrikant Tiwari himself. उस सुचि ने श्रीकांत के कान में क्या बोला?
हाँ, वो स्क्रिप्ट जब मेरे पास आएगी तो मैं जरूर बता दूंगा।
वैसे so a lot of people are talking about that one take scene, the gunfight scene and everything. So I will first start with Manoj, and then I will come to the directors how you choreographed it. But while you were shooting, Manoj, how were you feeling about it? Like one take shot है, इतनी तरफ से गोलियां चल रही है, इतने लोग हैं.
Rohit, uh, the only thought that comes to your mind to really, taking really good care of yourself at that point of time, and getting the shot right. You you can't afford to hurt yourself. You can't afford to injure yourself, and it's still, you have to go in sync with the camera person who is following you, and acting and holding the gun right and firing at the right time, and emoting in the right place. So it, there's so many things going on, and so many things have to, fall in place. All of those things are going in your mind, and to do that, you really have to be extremely fit. And that, when I was doing police station sequence, or I was doing mainly, mainly when I was doing a shooting, the climax scene, that was the time I realized that, my lifestyle is correct. That is how I got that is how I got saved. Or, you can't sustain, you can't survive with those many rehearsals and those many takes. uh, uh, it's impossible completely, to even survive one take, or long rehearsals of that kind of a shot. uh, one if you miss one beat, just, I think, DK, Raj, if you guys remember, in one or two takes, the jeep came a little late. I think 3 or 4 seconds late, and the shot was cut, because then
Yeah.
everything didn't look right. Then again, you have to do it all over again. So
And for that shot, you had to climb up the hill. If you
climb,
remember, you had to actually climb up the hill, and the jeep had to come, right?
Oh my God!
Imagine the effort. Yeah.
The secret to Manoj's fitness, according to me, is extreme discipline. He can stop eating crap, drinking crap, for months together. He'll say, "ये अब से शुरू
Don't say
कर रहा हूँ."
crap, man.
Huh? Why crap is
Don't
not a
say
bad word.
crap. No,
Like,
I'm just saying he can stop drinking. That's it. Others like
I'm
to drink. He
insulting,
doesn't drink.
I, I'm insulting food now. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, he's extremely disciplined. He just stops eating, just goes healthy and stops whatever, everything for months together. And he does so much meditation and pranayam, and that's his secret to this extreme fitness, that he can do all this. We could run up like that.
Yeah. No, that's one of the negatives also of Manoj Bajpayee, that suddenly he goes for months at a stretch saying I'm not drinking, and we're like, what?
Also, Manoj sir, while you were shooting it, like पहले सीजन से इस सीजन में कैरेक्टर आर्क भी काफी बदल गया है. जैसे पहले वाले में तो श्रीकांत तिवारी फिर भी मतलब इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स लाइफ नहीं था उनका. इस बार कुछ ज्यादा ही कॉम्प्लेक्स है. प्राइवेट जॉब भी, मतलब ही इज हैंडलिंग प्राइवेट जॉब, देन ही इज he decides to go back to task, and also
Right.
like a lot of things is happening, a lot of things are happening with his family. बच्चे बात नहीं सुनते. using because the first scene when you go to the child's school and the child is learning flute, that's a hilarious scene. Like the way you react to it. तो इतना सारा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट लेके आना और कैरेक्टर को वो आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, तो थोड़ा शूटिंग करने से पहले ऐसा नहीं लग रहा था कि ज्यादा हो जाएगा, कैसे हैंडल करेंगे?
I mean, you are very right. One thing was very clear, I think, in both the director's mind, in my mind, that Shrikant Tiwari is going to be different this time because his world has changed. His life is not the same. The Shrikant Tiwari that people have seen in the first season is not going to be in his element in the second season. But how to still, make it the same Shrikant Tiwari? That was the challenge. Challenge was not to, for me, it's not a challenge to pull off a scene. For me, the challenge was to still, get Shrikant Tiwari, the Shrikant Tiwari that people were used to seeing in the first season, the Shrikant Tiwari that people remembered from the first season. Those are the challenges, and those are the little things, little nuances that you keep getting into play when even if you are doing a very emotionally charged up scene or intense scene. Those were the scenes or the shots where I was getting this liberty of freedom from these directors to really get the Shrikant Tiwari's element that people fell in love with, and without playing to the gallery, without really making an effort to make people laugh. It's just simple way of Shrikant Tiwari looking at a person or responding to his child, responding to JK, or any kind of bullshit stuff that he responds to in the manner he responded in first season. So with that kind of emotional baggage, getting Shrikant Tiwari in his element was quite a tough task.
And also, this is for you and the directors, that you have in this season, Shrikant Tiwari also speaks a lot more lies than the previous season. In the previous season, he was like still kind of skeptical about it. There was some kind of remorse, but this time he's remorseless. He's like always speaking lies.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize he was doing this time.
I didn't realize that. Yeah.
That's
like,
a good
you lied with Milind. You lied with Milind once.
In second season, I can count like at least 5 instances when he lies to different people.
Yeah.
I mean, one lie that I'm very, that day I really felt like, going to Rajan and saying, or Suman, guys, this is such a fantastic scene. And that was when he goes and, he meets his daughter, and his daughter thinks that she killed this guy, and he knows that, she should not be going through this trauma for all her life. So he tells her a lie that he's still alive. Okay, I don't.
Right.
Raj, do you remember the scene?
Yeah. Where she says no, and you at the end of it, is a Kalyan Zinda hai, and even
Kalyan.
So the boy is alive. He's like, and he's like, nah.
Yeah.
That's what I know. I know that's what you mean by lack of remorse for lying. He's like, he doesn't even dwell for a minute on it. He's like, no, I just said what I had to say.
Yeah, he doesn't even blink or flinch. Like he just does it. And also, like this is to you, Raj and DK. Like you have also used this trait of Shrikant Tiwari as a broad point. Like, I mean, at least that is how I perceived it, because in the scene where Shrikant Tiwari confronts Raji, so Raji immediately catches his lie. So that is also like kind of like now he has got an equal opposite.
Yeah.
Right.
That was
Absolutely.
we were waiting to do something like that, because Musa buys into his lies in the first time. But then in a way, Musa was also, maybe or maybe not, he didn't catch the lie, but the fact that he played along because he was plotting something bigger, right? So that
the irony, just to add on to that, the irony in the first season was that yes, Srikanth lied and Musa probably believed him. But guess what? Srikanth also bought Musa's lie so convincingly,
Yeah, so
right?
convincingly. Yeah.
But in this season, I think she right away caught his lie and she spoke the truth. So that's the, I guess that's the
So we
contrast.
wanted to, we knew that we did this in the season 1, so we need to do something interesting. And what's amazing is also the character is so flawed. Shrikant character is so
Very
flawed.
flawed.
So that you are not only lying to your wife, your kids, you to even to Milind, who's going through PTSD, and he's telling him probably he lied. So Joy, we don't know if it's real or not. So it is done. It's not for effect. It's not just like let's have a lie here. It's all changing or altering people's lives or affecting them in some way, and it's for the greater good, according to Shrikant Tiwari.
And also, as per my opinion, Shrikant Tiwari looks like a gentleman, but he is not exactly a gentleman.
None of us are. The fact
None of us are.
None of us are. So the idea is to stop idolizing and idealizing the hero of a film or a story, and accept the flaws, because as long as there's some integrity and there's something that is true within him, then he's a hero, right? You could have a lot of flaws, but there is something that that's true about him.
And also, like now when we are talking about Raji and the plots there, a lot of people on social media are talking about how the longer sequences in the beginning is with Tamil language, with subtitles and everything. So why did you decide to keep such long Tamil dialogues in the beginning? Because a lot of people are talking about it. I'm not saying they're criticizing it, but they're talking about it.
No, I can also imagine this has also been one of the things we have thought about at the edit and at many points, thinking, okay, people who are going to be watching this.
And it's almost like 20 minutes. I counted. It's 20 minutes.
Oh my God. Okay. It's a lot. It's a lot. We were aware of it. But see, for us, we wanted to tell the story. We want to tell it in the most authentic way. We had to have the Tamil characters speaking in Tamil and everybody speaking in their language for that matter. Keep it authentic. But also purely for lack of length, you can't start cutting down scenes saying, oh, too much Tamil ho gaya, let's cut it, is somehow compromising the character in that milieu, right? So we had to give it the same treatment that we would give a scene that's in Hindi also. Like if you want to know more about Prime Minister Basu or Milind, you give them the time to speak their mind. So we wanted and deliberately did the same for the Tamil characters in the story as well. We gave them the time for people to understand their motivations and feel their emotions. And I am totally aware. I'm totally aware that from a purely commercial standpoint, this is like a tightrope that we are walking.
Also, because of the love, because
it works.
Yeah, it worked, and also I believed in audience that whoever loved and became fans of the show from season 1, that they would give us a little more leeway, a little more patience, a little more openness,
a little more rope,
so that we can show a little more, and they won't be frustrated already. So that little,
there is a Raj to be on a lighter note in regard to this. There was a comment on my timeline who said, agli wali Chinese mein mat bana dena.
No, right. right.
No, but the one very good thing about the Family Man, both seasons, is that it doesn't treat audience like you don't spoon feed audience. And I think like keeping those longer sequences with Tamil is actually like good for even audience. Like they get to understand the setup there at least.
Right.
So yeah.
Audiences are very, very open. They easily evolve, and they don't mind it. I think it's just a thing you're not used to. So hence you point out saying, I still remember in the first season when Vijay, who heads Amazon, and he's like, when I saw the first sequence and it was all in Malayalam, and I'm like, he clapped and he said, yes, this is pan-India. This is the idea of pan-India, that it's okay. People will give that little bit of extra effort to accept that scene. So anyway.
And people have given you that. So,
Yeah.
and so now when we are talking about these things, I will also take the liberty and ask you about the other thing which a lot of people are talking about is Raji's, the brown face thing. So, what do you have to say about that?
It's really the character, Rohit. I mean, at the end of it, usually you can look down upon these things in a context of beauty. If the movie is about beauty and ye badsurat hai, she's dark, she's fair and stuff, that comes in the context of beauty. Here it is about a soldier, about a warrior, about a weapon, a person who's been living under harsh circumstances, weather beaten, rough, edgy. So the idea, just like how she learned to fight, so convincingly, that I don't know if you have seen a female character fight that convincingly before. All credit to Samantha for pulling that off. The idea is to make her into that. So if that's what it is, just the right get up for her, that it's not about beauty, it's not about her making her ugly and less beautiful and less desirable. It's none of that. It is a role of this person who's been living in harsh circumstances, and she doesn't
She
even
had
care
to look
wear.
a certain way. If she has to look a certain way, she has to be fit. And she worked out to get fit for this role. She had to learn martial arts. She had to learn the language. And she has to also look a certain way, dress up a certain way. So the whole thing, that's the whole package. In fact, there is no commentary here about skin color. This is just the way she is.
And she is getting a lot of appreciation from everywhere for her performance in the show. So that's a given. Now, I will start with Manoj, and then I will come back to you guys also. When you were doing your scenes with Chellam sir, so at that time, did you realize that Chellam sir is going to be next Google?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, honestly,
You don't
quirky
plan.
little.
No.
You don't plan a viral hit. When people say na ek viral video banate hai, you don't plan it.
Right.
You make it and it goes viral. You don't know why. So
But the first scene that we've done, it was in a very moderate kind of a restaurant in Chennai. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. It's that tiny little tiffin center in Chennai. We can hear you, Manoj.
Yes, we can hear you.
Manoj is frozen. Actually, his video is frozen. Manoj,
the Wi-Fi
hear
is giving me
you.
trouble.
He doesn't know we are hearing all this.
We can hear you. We can hear you. You were telling us about shooting in Chennai restaurant.
he can hear us.
No, we can't hear you, Manoj. We can't hear you.
His mic is off.
He's on mute.
Manoj, you're on mute.
Now?
Yes, we can hear you. And you were telling us about shooting in a Chennai restaurant. Chellam sir ke bare mein.
Right. And that was the time I met. Chellam sir. I mean, the actor. But you'll be surprised to know that he primarily is not an actor, but he used to stay in Bombay, and we kind of introduced ourselves. And he told me that we worked together, but he was never an actor in Bombay. But since the time he shifted to Chennai, he started with this acting thing. Hello.
Yes. We can hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you, Manoj.
I think his phone is giving
Hello?
We can hear you.
I think my Wi-Fi is giving me. I'll come back again. Okay.
Okay.
Let me come back again and join you guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So meanwhile, so directors will answer the same question.
What's the question again?
The idea of Chellam sir.
Chellam character is a baby of Suman. He wanted it. He really wanted that character, and it was one of those deliberately cinematic little element to break the realistic. It's 100% grounded series in a way, but you play with fire. You deliberately do a little quirk and say, "Yahan pe thoda besur karte hain ye tune." So it is that in a way. but it's so funny that we're getting all these Google equals Chellam is
Yeah.
greater than Rajnikant, and oh my God, so it's all kinds of stuff going on.
He's this quintessential idea of a spy, right? He's not like, you don't know if a real spy will ever be like that, but it's the idea of a spy. He's wherever you want him to be. You can't find him otherwise, and he knows everything. So
he knows
he's
everything.
that.
Yes.
He knows everything.
Is that trope of a spy, the original trope that we avoid in our movies and series, but we thought, why not put that trope as a character for once?
And that character also deserves its own spin-off. Like the people would like to know the backstory of Chellam sir. How did he get so much knowledge about everything?
Were you behind the trend starting on the social media?
I tried.
For a Chellam spin-off.
Meanwhile, when we are at it, so what kind of like the canvas is much bigger than the previous season. So the difficulties might be like bigger than before. So like what kind of challenges did you face while shooting for like such longer action scenes or chase scenes? Also like these are like location shoots kind of the whole plot, the whole storyline. So that might
Right.
come with a lot more challenges than the previous season for sure.
Right. I mean, yeah. Speaking of the action sequences, I mean, first season we did it because there were various reasons we did it. We felt that it was making everything feel that much more organic. Like when it's a single shot sequence, when the camera is going with the character, the audience also finds themselves in the place of the character, and they don't know where trouble is coming from, just like the character doesn't know. So that was the original genesis of the single shot idea for these action sequences, to put you there in a first person kind of a way. And it kind of worked out very well. It enhanced the emotion of the action sequences, and people were loving it. So we also realized that this is the motive of Family Man as a show. That is why we wanted to do again in key places in season 2. But we were also coming from now a little boost of energy and feeling confident that because we pulled it off, we can pull it off, and we have to go bigger and better this time. So there was I mean, it's like once you hit a century, you feel like, now I want to hit a double century, right? So we went in with that. We called the action directors, DOP, everybody, and said, listen, this is what we shot in first season. Look at it, great. Now let's beat this. Let's do better. It's not so much about length. In fact, if you were to compare minutes to minutes, season 1, that hospital sequence is longer than the climactic sequence this time. But I think the scale of it, or the number, or just the sheer complexity of it is more this time. Length may not be more, but it was a challenge we all posed for ourselves, saying this is the motive of Family Man. And so we had 2 of those sequences.
No, of course, and these sequences do work because, like, despite being long, but they are very well choreographed also. Like everybody knows their position. I did not see anybody moving anywhere wayward from their position. Like they kept their position maintained throughout the scene. And now Manoj sir is back with us. So आपका mic वो mute पर है.
Yeah, unmute कर दिया जी.
तो मैं ये बोल रहा था कि what will happen if you are in real life caught up in a situation like Srikanth Tiwari? आप क्या करेंगे?
God, I mean, no, I don't tell lies. First of all, I try to avoid as much as possible. But Srikanth Tiwari's dilemma is far more massive than I ever faced anything like that in my life. I've been very lucky, and Srikanth Tiwari is not. He has a family which is very demanding of him. My family is not. So I really can't see myself in that kind of conflicting circumstances that he is in. But it also comes from what he does. He is a negotiator. He, in all the difficult circumstances, he negotiates with people, with militants, with terrorists. So he is used to lying, and he treats it as his part of his job. He's not judgmental about it. He somehow knows how to get the job done, how to get the information, and so it's part of his personality, and that's how we take it.
Right, right. So this is how Manoj described his character. Raj, I was just wondering that what will you add to it? Like, what were the dimensions of Shrikant Tiwari? Unmute.
Yeah. More dimensions to Shrikant Tiwari. The lying and the flaws are all there. And I told you about the integrity of the character also, that how he is there. Let me give a tidbit more than that. Is that Shrikant Tiwari in season 1 there's not much action to him. If you think about it,
Like physical action or
physical action, there is no physical action if you look at it. Even in the climax, it's the army general who's doing it. Even in the hospital scene, it's Milind and Zoya mostly. It's all of them. Pasha, it's them doing a lot of it. That was deliberately designed to take the hero away from action in a strange. I don't know why we had that idea that, so that it doesn't become a typical hero. He maar sakta hai, but
just to add to what he's saying, he does have his own action sequences. So it's not that we are keeping him away from action, right? I mean, in Kashmir, when he's
correct
following Sajid, he does, but not where you think that you need him.
Yeah, it's not the typical scenarios where you would be like, this is what it is. So once the character was loved and imbibed and accepted by everybody with all these flaws, with all these non-commercial elements in that sense, we wanted to now pull him back and exploit him as an action, who can do a lot of action. So the two of the toughest sequences in the one take sequences were dumped on his head, and the police station and the climax. And we were thinking, why didn't we do this in season 1? He would have pulled it off so well. No, I'm just kidding. That was our plan to slowly get it in. And now, it was awesome just seeing him run with that AK-47 and the whole deal. So
also now when the audience is loving your show, they are also talking about the final scene when there is a Chinese agent and the story is this time set in Kolkata. So when is the third season coming and what's going to happen there?
it's a question we'll pretty much have to wait for a year and a half, 2 years at least, unfortunately, because we have an idea where the characters are heading. We know where Shrikant is going to go, Suchi is going to go, and all the characters are heading. We need to know when we write a season, we need to know where it's going. It's not like it's officially greenlit. It's not like Amazon has announced season 3 hai. Maybe they'll feel good that itna acha kiya hai picture, to chalo ek aur season banate hain. They'll have to first come up and say let's do one. So it's not official yet. Nothing is official, but we as filmmakers, storytellers, we know between DK, and Suman and now Supan, we all know ki kahan ja sakte hain, and we haven't sat on it. We haven't written yet. We have an idea. We have an idea what to do. It's not like it's going to be set in Kolkata. That's not the idea. It's just a teaser. Like, for example, if you look at the starting of the series now,
right.
of season 2, and see the scene in Sri Lanka, if I had shown that scene in season 1, the series is not set in Sri Lanka. It could even be. So we have to surprise you guys. Surprise the audience, right? So we need to do something unexpected.
You can keep asking this question until the show comes, and you'll still be getting the same answer. So when the trailer drops, you'll know.
Be very sure about it that we are going to keep you asking the same question till the third season comes. So thank you for your time. I think I have consumed more than my quota of time, but it was a great conversation, and do come up with the third season as soon as possible. This is a request from all the fans.
I know, man.
Thank you, Rohit. Thank you, Rohit.
Thanks.
And it was a pleasure talking to you also, man. You very nuanced review. Loved your. I'm sure this is off record, but yeah, very nuanced review, very nicely written and all that.
I will do everything in my power to keep this in the video.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.